During the filming of TV shows, it often happens that an actor can no longer continue their role. In some cases, the change is written into the story, while in others, the actor is replaced, but the character remains the same, as if nothing ever happened. And while we're all waiting to see what Liam Hemsworth's Garrett will be like, let's look back at the most notable recasts in TV history, why they happened and how they affected their shows. In Game of Thrones, actor replacements were fairly common, mostly affecting minor characters, but there were a couple of roles where the change was too noticeable to ignore. Those were Gregor the Mountain Clegane and Daario Naharis. The Mountain was an unfortunate character, not just in the story but also behind the scenes. Over the course of Game of Thrones, 3 different actors played the role. In the first season, it was Conan Stevens, an Australian actor and former wrestler. Standing at 213 cm tall, he certainly had the stature to live up to the name The Mountain. Originally, Stevens auditioned for the role of Khal Drogo, knowing he was unlikely to get it. His goal was to get noticed by the producers, and it worked. Instead, he was cast as the Mountain. He had to leave due to scheduling conflicts. Steven was offered a role in another fantasy project, The Hobbit: An Unexpected Journey. He chose Peter Jackson's film, and in the second season, the Mountain was played by Ian White. White, an actor and former basketball player, stood at 216 cm, 3 cm taller than Stevens, so the Mountain actually grew a bit. Height wasn't everything, as it turned out. White had a narrower build and didn't look massive enough to truly embody the Mountain. As a result, he only held the role for the second season. But his connection to Game of Thrones didn't end there. He played several other roles throughout the series. From seasons 3 to 5, he was the giant Donga. In seasons 5 and 6, he portrayed Woon Woon. And in season 7, he appeared as a white giant resurrected by White Walker magic. Oh, and in the first and second seasons, he also played a White Walker. Ian White was truly a jack of all trades in the Seven Kingdoms. He was replaced by Icelandic strongman Hafthor Bjornsson, who went on to play the Mountain for the rest of the series. Standing at 206 cm and weighing 200 kg, Bjornsson was a multiple-time World's Strongest Man title holder. In terms of build, he resembled the first actor to play the role, Conan Stevens, making it something of a return to the character's original look. And for many fans, the Mountain is the best remembered in the form that Hafthor Bjornsson brought to life. Another important character from Game of Thrones played by different actors is Daario Naharis. In season 3 he was portrayed by Ed Skrein, a British actor and rapper, but the season 4 the role was taken over by Dutch actor Michiel Huisman. According to the official version, Skrein left due to the usual scheduling conflicts. He was offered to the chance to replace Jason Statham as the lead in the Transporter franchise. It's safe to say that it didn't exactly boost his career. However, Skrein hinted that the issue wasn't scheduling and that his departure from the show wasn't his decision. He praised Michiel Huisman, who replaced him, but never revealed what actually happened. Fans initially had mixed reaction to the recast. The character's personality changed significantly. What was once a self-absorbed, ambitious man became a more romantic, sometimes overly sweet version. It seemed that with the shift, the chemistry between him and Daenerys Targaryen also disappeared. It may not be a very noticeable recast, but it happened in a very popular show. I'm talking about Ross's wife, Carol Willick, in Friends. The character was appeared in season 1, played by Anita Baron, but after just a couple of episodes, Jane Sibbett took over the role of Carol. Initially, Baron auditioned for the lead roles in the iconic sitcom, but she was only offered the secondary role. She agreed to take it, but later realized that her career would stall, as she would have to turn down more promising opportunities. She was replaced by Jane Sibbett, who looked quite different, and it's Sibbett's version of Carol that everyone remembers as Ross's ex. At first, the recast went mostly unnoticed. Back when the show was airing, not everyone paid attention to the fact that such a secondary character had undergone a significant transformation. It's only now, as fans meticulously gather all sorts of interesting facts about the show, that this change has become more apparent. It's not to say that either actress became particularly famous. Baron can be seen in Desperate Housewives, Castle, and in the less-known series The War at Home, when she played one of the main roles. Jane Sibbett is best known for her role in Friends. Yes, Ross's ex-wife remains her most memorable role on screen. Another relatively notable project in her filmography is the comedy It Takes Two with the Olsen twins, which was released almost simultaneously with the first season of Friends, and, for example, a small cameo in another popular show, Ally McBeal. A similar situation happened in How I Met Your Mother, where Robin's father in one episode was played by Eric Braden, an actor from the soap opera The Young and the Restless, but was later recast with Ray Wise. There is no official reason for the recast, but rumors suggest that the producer were looking for a funnier actor. Ray Wise seemed like a natural choice for the role. In the end, he fit perfectly into the show's comedic style, and his character took on a delightfully exaggerated, almost cartoonish quality. After playing Spartacus in the series of the same name, Andy Whitfield became known worldwide. He quickly won over audiences, and the intense, brutal show remains one of the most popular historical dramas on television. But sadly, life dealt Andy Whitfield a devastating blow. He was diagnosed with a terminal illness. Andy learned of his devastating diagnosis, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, just as he had begun working on the second season of the series. Despite a long and exhausting battle, treatment was unsuccessful, and he passed away in September 2011. At first, when the diagnosis was revealed, the producers planned to wait for Whitfield's recovery, as the doctor's initial prognosis was quite optimistic. But it later became clear that the illness was more aggressive than initially thought, and the decision was made to recast the role of Spartacus with new actor. After an extensive casting process, the role was given to Liam McIntyre, a young Australian actor. In the casting process, he managed to surpass many more experienced competitors, such as Stephen Amell and Aidan Turner. Of course, at first, long-time viewers were skeptical about his performance, but over time McIntyre earned the recognition by bringing his own interpretation to the character. These days, McIntyre is mostly seen, or rather heard, in animated series, where he voices various characters, such as Aquaman. He also appeared in the series The Flash, playing an anti-hero named The Wizard. Mason Verger was played by Gary Oldman in the 2001 film Hannibal. While in the TV series about the infamous killer and gourmet, the role of this antagonist was portrayed by Michael Pitt and later Joe Anderson. Michael Pitt, well known for his role in Boardwalk Empire, appeared as Mason Verger in the second season of Hannibal, while in the third season the character was played by Joe Anderson. The recast went almost unnoticed by viewers, because it was justified within the story. By the third season, Mason Verger was already disfigured, making it nearly impossible to tell who was playing him under all the prosthetics. However, many fans of the show and of Michael Pitt himself were well aware of the change. The official reason given was scheduling conflicts, but it's well known that Pitt has a difficult personality, which may have also influenced the producer's decision. These days, Michael Pitt can be seen in films like The Asphalt Jungle and Reptile, and his career is faring significantly better than that of Joe Anderson, who played Mason Verger in the third season of Hannibal and has since mostly appeared in B-movies. A similar trick with changing a character's appearance was used in Batwoman, but while in Hannibal it was done for story reasons, here the script was rewritten specifically to justify the recasting. I don't want to dwell too much on the show's quality, but Batwoman is, to put it mildly, far from the best superhero series. In the first season of the show, the lead role was played by Australian actress Ruby Rose, but she left the project due to an injury she sustained during filming. That's the official version. However, Ruby Rose shared her own account on social media, revealing what really led to her departure. She accused on the executive of inappropriate behavior, shared that several people, including herself, had been injured on set, and revealed that the studio refused to pause production during the COVID pandemic. She also spoke about the overall toxic atmosphere on set. After Ruby Rose's injury and subsequent surgery, she was given only 10 days to recover, with threats that if filming didn't resume, the show would be cancelled, the studio would lose money, and her colleagues would be out of work. The studio responded quickly, saying, despite Ruby Rose's attempts to rewrite the story on social media, accusing producers and crew members, the studio decided not to offer Ruby a role in the second season of Batwoman, following multiple complaints about her behavior at the workplace. In the end, we'll probably never know the full truth, so we are left with the fact that Ruby Rose left the project after the first season. It was decided not only to recast the actress, but also to change the character. Rose's character, Kane, who was Batwoman's alter ego, would be replaced. The new character, Ryan Wilder, was chosen to don the Batwoman suit. The role of Ryan Wilder and her version of Batwoman was played by actress Javicia Leslie. Despite the introduction of the new character, Kane's story, played by Ruby Rose, was not concluded. In the second season, it was revealed that Kane was alive, but had sustained serious injuries, which led to changes in her appearance. This storyline allowed actress Wallace Day to be introduced as the changed Kate Kane. So, to sum up, Ruby Rose played Kate Kane / Batwoman, and after she left the show, Wallace Day played Kate Kane, while Javicia Leslie took on the role of Batwoman. Indeed, quite a tangled story. The Magnificent Century is a Turkish drama and highly popular historical series set in the Ottoman Empire during the reign of Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent. And in this series, the actress playing the role of Hürrem Sultan, also known as Roxelana, was replaced. This concubine and later the legitimate wife of the Sultan became one of the most influential women in the history of Ottoman Empire. At first, the role of Roxelana in the series was played by actress Meryem Uzerli, and this role brought her tremendous fame and numerous awards. However, in 2013, just before the third season ended, Uzerli unexpectedly left the project. The reason for her departure was health issues related to emotional burnout and depression. This was caused by intense shooting schedule and personal difficulties. There were also unconfirmed rumors that the actress was unhappy with the uneven pay compared to the other actors on the show, but this version remained just a speculation. After Uzerli's departure, the producers decided to continue the series and cast actress Vahide Perchin in the role of Roxelana. She joined the project in the first season, portraying a more mature version of the character. However, the audience's reaction to the actress' change was mixed. Many felt the Perchin's performance lacked softness, and her Hürrem Sultan appeared too authoritative. They also believed that with Uzerli's departure, the series lost its unique charm. But there were also positive reviews. Other viewers felt that the new actress brought the necessary seriousness to the character and was more fitting for the historical age of the heroine. In a long-running series like Supernatural, it was hard to avoid cast changes, though the one we're about to discuss happened almost at the very beginning. And for such a long-running series, the third and first season can be still considered the beginning. In the third season, the demon Ruby was introduced into the storyline. At that time, she was played by Katie Cassidy, who is now also known for her roles in Harper's Island and Arrow. The demon Ruby was an important character in the season, but right after it ended, the decision was made to part ways with Cassidy. The producers explained that renewing Cassidy's contract was too expensive. The writers themselves were unsure of how Ruby's story would unfold, and the actress had her own professional ambitions. Around the time, she was offered one of the main roles in the miniseries Harper's Island. So all these factors come together and Cassidy left, while Genevieve Cortez was brought into the play Ruby in the first season. In this season, the character played a key role in the storyline, especially in relation to Sam Winchester. And a small fun fact. In 2010, Genevieve Cortez married Jared Padalecki, who played Sam Winchester, and even took his last name. It finally happened. Sooner or later we had to mention the legendary soap opera Santa Barbara on our channel. Obviously, if we were to make a video about actor replacements in TV show based purely on numbers, raises in popularity, endless soap operas would dominate the ranking. Actors age, move away, or leave for other series. We decided to focus on the most significant replacements, but even then, we can't ignore the character of C.C. Capwell, who was played by 6 different actors. The first was Lloyd Bochner. He would take the first place for the fastest exit from the show, since he only appeared in the promo for Santa Barbara and never actually made it to the screen. That's because he suffered a heart attack during filming and had to be replaced. He was replaced by Peter Mark Richman, who was already a television veteran at the time, having appeared in a huge number of series. He stayed in the role of CC for 30 episodes and then was replaced by Paul Burke. However, the reason for Richman's departure remains unknown. Paul Burke didn't beat Richman's record and ended up appearing in 10 fewer episodes. I don't have a definitive answer as to why he left Santa Barbara either, but according to legend, he found the role too silly. He simply didn't know what was in store for his character down the line. The next actor to play C.C. Capwell was Charles Bateman. He played the role for quite a long time, around 300 episodes, and the series has a total of 2,137 episodes. Bateman might have kept working in the field, but according to the plot, spoiler alert, his character fell into a coma. Bateman spent some time suffering through playing an unmoving body, but eventually he got tired of it and left. he was wisely replaced not by some popular and expensive actor, but simply by a man named Justin Witness. Right now, you can see this guy's entire filmography on the screen. When the character woke up, he was played by Jet Allen, the actor known as the iconic CC Capwell, and he stayed in the role until the end. He was mainly known for his TV work, and besides his famous role in Santa Barbara, longtime viewers could also recognize him from the series Lassie. After this quick nostalgia break, feel free to like the video if you enjoyed it and survived my accent for 15 minutes. In the fictional town of Riverdale, which the show is named after, a group of high school students uncovers dark secrets and crimes hidden behind the town's pretty facade. In the first season, a character named Reggie Mantle is introduced. He is an athlete and a ladies' man, a close friend of one of the main characters. In the first season, he was played by actor Ross Butler, but he had to choose between a minor role in Riverdale or playing a more significant character in another teen series. Certain Reasons Why. Butler made a well-thought-out choice and decided to join Certain Reasons Why. Charles Melton replaced him, and with the change of actor came a shift in the character as well. Along with more screen time, he became a more important part of the show. The actor change mostly sparked a negative reaction. Some fans showed their dislike for Melton by using the hashtag #NotMyReggie on social media. Over time, the fuss died down, and most people accepted the new actor. After Certain Reasons Why, Ross Butler appeared in several films, including The Shazam duology. After Riverdale, Charles Melton even received a Golden Globe nomination for the film May December, and soon he'll be seen in the second season of series Beef, where he'll join Oscar Isaac and Carey Mulligan. I'd be happy to see your additions to this list of actors in the comments. My name is Max, see you next time.